Let's now invite Flavio Volpe, President of Automotive Parts Manufacturers Association. Flavio, good morning and thanks for your time. Let me get your reaction once again to yet another announcement of tariffs, this time 25% on chips and semiconductors as well as autos. Your take on that?
Well, if we're counting, there's a 25% universal tariff threat that I imagine includes cars.
Yeah.
Then steel and aluminum tariffs at 25% that are what makes up cars. Then last week he said, I don't know, 50 to 100% tariffs on Canadian cars because apparently we stole them from him. And now 25% on everybody's car. The only thing left is for him to ban Santa Claus's work visa. It is a tactic that I think that we shouldn't fall prey to. When he first talked about this, he had an executive order that said, we're going to look at, we're going to do the types of investigations that the Trade Expansion Act has, that they used in 2018 to put national security tariffs on the aluminum from Quebec that his military buys. Or declare an international emergency under the APMA Act and try to justify tariffs. We've been counseling both the government and the industry that I represent to calmly wait for paperwork. He is flooding the zone with anxiety. And when it all comes down to it, there's nothing for us to react to right now on paper. We've spent a lot of time pleading our case in Washington. I think the time for pleading cases is over. They know what the math is. Defending our position is important, and we've got to let him have his proclamations in his gilded golden rooms. We'll respond to when he actually does something.
Okay, let me just take you back to the first presidency as well under Trump. It was way back in, I think, 2018-19 that he had announced that there will be some sort of tariffs on auto. A similar drama played out, but that actually never happened because the reports when came out from his secretaries, it said that it's going to be impacting and weaken the domestic industrial base as well. Your understanding of that time and where we are now with this tariff threat?
Well, I had darker hair then. And maybe a little bit more. And I was.
You're cracking me up in this interview from Santa Claus to your hair.
Well, I mean, there's got to be some levity in these things. We listened to the Ford CEO last week say, look, if you put tariffs on Canada and Mexico, you're going to blow a hole through the American industry. You can't make a car without all the parts. And what he's saying is if you put a tariff that's 3, 4, 5 times bigger than the profit margin, that has to be paid. You can't just lower the prices to figure this out. You have to pay the account. People won't ship. And what happened in 2018 was that they came to their senses and said, it's one thing to say to people, look, I'm fighting for you. I'm the American president, I'm fighting for you. And then like if the price of gas goes up or the price of your aluminum can goes up, maybe we'll figure it out. If you manage to shut down the industry, people in the states that delivered the presidency are sitting at home. Hundreds of thousands of auto workers and part suppliers and tool makers are sitting at home wondering, what did you do? We almost did that again on February 1st, just a couple of weeks back, before we pulled back from the brink. But we do know that's exactly what happens when you can't deliver the parts. On March 18th, 2020, the industry shut down the day after Donald Trump declared a pandemic in the U.S. We shut down for 60 days. And in February 2022, when the Ambassador Bridge was blockaded and we couldn't get parts going in either direction, it took 2 days and all factories closed from Ontario down to Kentucky until we, the APMA, went to court to get an emergency injunction to clear the bridge. I think in this case, especially automotive in Ontario, I've been counseling government at both levels. Don't ask for a carve-out or any special favors here. What he will do to Ontario will happen immediately to Michigan, Ohio, Indiana, Kentucky, Alabama, Texas, all the other states there. Let's concentrate on whatever leverage that we have as a nation and use it for those industries and the communities that need it.
Okay, thank you for putting all of that into perspective. Flavio Volpe, President, Automotive Parts Manufacturers Association. Thank you for your insights, Flavio.
Thank you.